I currently spend $1,400 a month at 23 years old, and you're probably wondering, how am I doing it? Now, you might think it's impossible to live off 1400, but wait. Let's first start off by going over my biggest expense in the needs category, which is housing, aka rent. So I'm currently staying with my mom and dad and brother, and I'm currently paying $500 a month. And with my $500, every bill is technically split, even utilities are covered. And this is helping me keep my costs low. Now, there are some sacrifices that I'm making, right? Because I would rather have my own place, because you don't have to worry about dishes, you don't have to worry about cleaning, you don't have to worry about anybody doing something you don't like. You also can't control the decorations that you have around the house, or if anybody brings any items, you cannot control that. Now, if you probably own the place, you probably can control the decorations and stuff like this, but in my case, I cannot control it since I don't own it. And another thing is that I usually like to work on my side hustles without being bothered, and when my nieces and stuff like that come over, they're usually pretty loud, which is something that I cannot control, which makes it hard to focus and also shoot videos at times. Now, I get that not everybody has the opportunity to live with their parents or siblings, but if you can, try to live with a roommate or somebody just to lower your housing costs. Now remember, it's going to be a sacrifice that you're going to have to be willing to take for the moment. And now that we went over housing, let's get into the food category. Me personally, I combine groceries and eating out as one. And my food budget that I give myself each month is $300. And lately I've been buying only groceries just because I've been eating a lot healthier. Now, if I am getting fast food, I usually like to use the deals that they have going on. And I also like to use my points and rewards. I usually end up buying the cheap meals, which are like $5. And most fast food places now have these cheap meals. Now, if I were to eat the $5 meals every single day, this would be around $160 after tax. And personally, I would not recommend eating this every single day, but if you do, just make sure that you stay under your monthly food budget, because at the end of the day, that's really all that matters. So far with housing and food, I spend just around $800 alone. Now, you're wondering how much I spend on transportation, and that's going to be $0 a month. Now, I don't have a car, but the way that I get to work is by a company truck, and luckily for me, gas and everything is covered. I just have to maintenance it and drive it to work. Now, if I want to go out, I usually end up using my family's cars or get dropped off. But in my case, I don't need a car because I usually don't go that many places. Now, the average transportation is about $1,000 a month based on several researches. But in 2022, I almost bought a Tesla Model 3. I placed the order, I put the deposit down, but I ended up canceling after several days of thinking about it. My payments were going to be around $700 a month for a 2022 Tesla Model 3. And trust me, I was excited at the time, but looking back, it was probably one of the best decisions that I made. Now, comment down below if you guys want the video on how I almost got a Tesla. And if you guys are enjoying this video so far, please drop a like, because that will help me continue making videos like this in the future. Alright, so that's pretty much it for my needs, which is just $800 a month. Now let's get into the spendings and entertainment category. Now, starting off with my highest payment, which is $303.34 for Invisalign. Now, this can be considered debt. Now, I don't count this as debt, as this fits into my spendings category, and this is money that I would be spending on video games, sports, and clothes. It can also be considered as an investment into myself, as it gives me more confidence, and I probably would not be doing YouTube without this. It also helps me look more professional. If you guys were to see the before and after, you guys will see a big difference. It's also interest free, so I'm not looking to pay it off anytime soon. So as long as it stays in my spendings category, I'm perfectly fine with it. Again, this is money that I would be spending anyways. And with housing, food, and Invisalign all together, this puts me at $1,103 for the month on spendings. Now, moving on to subscriptions, I only have 3 subscriptions, which are all YouTube expenses, which includes OneDrive, Photoshop, Premiere Pro, for a total of $55.97 for subscriptions. Now, this is how I manage my YouTube files and video files, and this also gives me easy access between my phone and laptop. I also use Premiere Pro and Photoshop to make videos. Now, my next expense is haircuts, which I pay $70 a month for. Now, if you were to add my subscriptions and haircuts, this will leave me with a total of $1,229.31 for the month, which leaves me with $170.69 to spend for the rest of the month. Because my entertainment budget is $600 every single month, which my $800 needs and my $600 entertainment, for a total of a $1,400 a month expense. Now, I didn't go over investing or savings because I already have 6 months of my monthly expenses saved up already, which I don't have to put money towards saving since I already have my emergency fund, which leaves the rest to go towards investing. Which, if you guys want to see my investment plan going forward, check out my last video on why I'm investing less into stocks. And if I somehow inspired you to lower your monthly bills, leave it in the comments below. Also, like this video if you guys enjoyed, and I'm out.